Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Alpha Life here. Now, this is going to be a rather special episode because this is going to be our last 0 to billion episode on the mining side of things. We are going to try to get that goal through other means now that we have realized how long it actually takes to get to 500 million. As you can see, we have gotten the 500 million, but I wanted to make this episode a little bit more special, so we're going to do a few extra fun things. Now, before we get there, we have our ore to sell. I spent a lot of time mining this week. I got some good chances to mine quite a lot, so we have made a very good amount of compressed dense Valspar. And let's check in the market details where can we sell it best. Now, it is not exactly far away the best sell prices, but since we are already here, let's just sell this item and see what are we going to get. Okay, so 19 million, almost a full venture load of gas, of the gases that we have been getting throughout the series. So now that that is out of the way, yes, I have done my project discovery for this week. Let's take a quick check into the wallet overview to see where everything is, and let's get really quickly our rewards. We have no rewards currently, so okay, destroying non-capsuleers and stuff like that, just because we have been killing some NPCs in the belts, and that's why we also have some metal scraps and stuff like that. A little bit of loot, some cold gas, 5 MN and stuff like that. Now, for our earnings, miscellaneous, you all know what that means, 150 million, mainly worth of Project Discovery. Project Discovery again has been the absolute saver of this series because we have made most of our ISK from Project Discovery itself. It's been great. For daily gold rewards 2 million and for insurance 71 because as you may remember we did lose in a wormhole a gas huffing venture and we lost 11 million buying another one. Now let's go back, see into our trade. We have sold 55 million worth of asteroids. We have sold 12 million in the last 30 days worth of gas. And we have sold some special edition assets, almost 6 million. Special edition assets, you may remember, are from our Project Discovery, are the flow cryometry rewards. So those I like to sell. You don't have to. It's not going to make or break your bank. Now for bounties, yes, we have made a little bit from bounties just by killing rats in that 0.8 system that we have been mining on. I do not go to combat sites, I do not do any of that, only the rats in the belts. Now, for the good stuff, let's actually check really quickly because as you can see, I have Plex here. I have been looking for Plex. And the thing is, it's at 5.386 million, and well, if we were to buy 15 of those, we would spend around 81 million. Now, why would we ever want to do that? Let's go to the New Eden store and actually check up in services. Yes, I do have Plex because this is my main account, but we're not going to be using that because I bought it before this series. Here is a mining barge operations expert system. Taste the potential with mining barge, shalalalala. So we are actually, for this episode, going to try it out from 0. Now let's buy this. Let's get 15. There we go. Of course, you get a lot better price if you buy it on buy orders. It's a lot better, but there is a lot of competition, so do take that under account. Now, let's go get our upgrade properly. Let's see. Services all the way down to mining barge. Now, it lasts for 7 days. This is important to consider. We're going to take a look at how much we can actually make from just a little bit of time, maybe an hour, maybe something like that. So let's get out, and I already have a fitting. Okay, here we go. You have to actually activate it to be able to use it. So let's redeem to current station. Yes. Okay. So we have 7 days. Will survive top death, helps you fly a retriever, covertor, or procure. We have made a fit for it, a mining drone operation, so we cannot use our mining drones. Let's also get out our hammerhead so that we can reduce that price just a little bit. And now I'm going to leave the miasmos here, and we are actually going to go to .dixie to get everything. I think everything should have a slightly better price. Let's see. And I choose your market and industry. Most of the stuff is not there. Let's check market details for the procure. Yeah, it's cheaper in the Dixie. So let's go to the Dixie. As you can see, it is a very, very big investment. We are actually tracking our expenses as they go for this quick little experiment of mine, because we have spent around 80 million. I'm gonna put 81 million just to round up the numbers. And now let's go into the Dixie. Let's see, there we go. So 70 million for everything. Let's find in personal assets if we have more hobgoblins. Yes, we have 2 more. So I'm going to remove our hobgoblins because we don't need them. And the rest of this stuff we are actually going to buy. So let's buy it for 71 million ISK. I'm going to put down 71 mil for the ship and 81 mil for the skills. Now, it is important to note that this is every 7 days. So let's see if a day's worth of mining on one of these things is good enough to make it worth the ISK. Of course, we're not going to get everything that we have invested back into it as soon as we possibly can, but, well, it is what it is. Let's exit the simulation. Now, you know what? I want to check really quickly if we can use the Tech 2 ones. Nope. Okay, so let's exit the simulation. Let's fit to active ship, yes. And fit to active ship, yes. Okay, so because this is such an expensive ship, now we are a target worth getting. So we are going to want to be really, really careful about where we go and what we do with it. Go on dock, get ourselves out there and see actually how much we can properly mine with this. I'm going to put my timer. Oh, and by the way, yes, we have mined for around 8 hours in total. Okay, fireworks. I thought someone was being attacked, but no, only fireworks. That's okay. The barges are extremely slow. I do need to tell you that this is my first time ever flying a mining barge. I hope my feat isn't too hideous for those that actually know how to mine with a mining barge. I have done my absolute best to get it. But let's take a quick look at our overview. So we did spend quite a lot of ISK. Let's see, expenses of 189 million we have spent just to be able to get on this ship. And the thing is, you can also spend a few billion on the Plex to actually buy Omega Time and do it that way, but you still have to train for a little bit. And I think we haven't made necessarily enough to be able to actually get that Plex. And because I saw it in a comment, thank you very much, by the way, I wanted to actually try this to see if it was actually worth it or not, the big ass investment. So we're actually going to steal a few drones, a few hobgoblins from one of our frigates, just because, well, we can. And that's always nice. So let's go ahead, get out there. I'm going for one of the lower belts. And in case we see any competition, we will be going to another belt. Okay, and this is what we want to see, some dense feldspar. So as you will be able to tell, barges are just extremely slow. So once you have an asteroid belt that you actually want to mine, you're gonna want to save the location of an asteroid belt so that you don't have to actually get close to it. As you can see, we need to be in 15,000 meters in order to be able to start extracting. So let's get ourselves over there and let's start our timer. Let's see how well we do. So I have finished our first round. It takes about half an hour to do the first run of mining to get a full load of mining hold. So yeah, that's actually not bad at all. Let's keep on mining because the longer we get, the longer time we actually have with mining strips on the asteroids, the better this is going to actually be. We have another one there. And yeah, the thing is that this does mine a lot faster, about 4 times faster and harder than the Venture. So it's really, really a very nice upgrade. Absolutely, I think it can be worth it. Again, it took us around half an hour from the first run, the first load. That means that if we get 2 million per every 30 minutes, we can get 4 million every hour. And if we are getting 4 mil every hour, that means that we actually get quite a good amount of east. So, here's the thing. We would need to mine 20 hours a week to be able to make it worth it. Now, if we divide that between 7, that means we would need to make 11, 12 million per day. That is 12 million per day divided by 2. That means around 5 runs, which means around 2.5 hours each run. So yeah, it's going to be a long time, so that, well, a long grind, so that we can actually make it worth it. And that's without considering the initial cost of the ship. That of course extends the time by a little bit. But considering that the 15 plex actually costs 80 million, that is a very, very high cost for the mining barge itself. And I'm thinking maybe it is just not that worth it unless you know you're gonna be grinding like hell. Every 20 hours you get another 7 days of mining barge, which I'm considering whether or not it's worth it, because if you go for Omega, let's actually try to max this exact same feat but make everything Tech 2, you know? Let's actually try to get the Tech 2 strip miners. We have the Tech 2 mining laser upgrades. And for this, let's actually let's do it with some common mining crystal Ace, which brings the price of the ship itself up a little bit, but it does give us slightly better cubic meters per second. Yeah, the thing is that I believe with mining drones, this can be a lot better. Let's see, with mining drones, let's see, if we use 5 mining drones, each mining drone adds 33 cubic meters every 60 seconds. So that's not necessarily bad. I think it's the best way to try and improve your mining barge and absolutely make it a little bit more worth it. But you do have to consider that those 80 million a week are going to be a really, really big pain. They are really going to be a bit of an annoyance. So I'm gonna continue mining here a little bit, see how much we get in a little bit longer time, and get back to you guys with those statistics and actually try to look at whether or not it's really, really worth getting this mining barge for 7 days, or we should instead save up, and try to get that Omega so that we can get something with higher skills and higher stuff, and mining drones and stuff like that, because it might actually be worth getting a lot more. As you can see, in just a few cycles, we can get almost the full venture load, which is really, really nice. So yeah, hold on, I'll be back. We are back. We have been mining for around 2.5 hours. Well, 2 hours 23 minutes. I'm going to count it as 2.5. In case you have something happen to you, and of course you can min-max this exact same process, probably a lot better than I have, since I just got it. This is my first time ever mining in a mining barge, and definitely I believe you can make a better job at it than I have. Now, to keep under consideration, this is the ore that we have been mining just from this run with the mining barge. I will, during the week, try to mine a little bit so that I can give you a little bit of a heads up for next week, since I don't know what episode I'm going to release for next week. So I'm going to give you a very short, nice episode about this cover tour stuff. Yeah, I hope you guys like it. I hope I fixed that little issue with the audio before. My computer has an internal microphone and it was using that. That's why the fans just they were audible. So hopefully this will be a lot better. And guys, do remember to let me know whether if you mind or would like to see other games in this channel. Now, for the juicy stuff, we have made 10 million ISK in 2.5 hours. That means at 5 hours we will have made 20. So 5 hours we get 10 million. 10 hours we get 20 million. 80 hours we get 80 million. So it's about a million an hour, a little bit more than that. Around 10 million is estimated price in about 2.5 hours. That means in 5 hours we will have made 20 million, and in 10 hours we will have made 40 million. That is not the greatest because in the entire week that we have been going for, meaning 8 hours, we will not be at our 80 million mark necessary for our stop. However, this is only considering 8 hours a week. If you get that up there to 10 hours a week, you can make 40 million. So within 2 weeks, you will get another week of copper tour mining. However, if you get it up, if you do get it up, if you are able to get it up to 40 hours a week, which is honestly a little bit too much for me, you do get to the 80 million, maybe even a little bit more. Of course, this is an incredibly high grind, and in high sec, I see it a little bit difficult to actually get, with the return that we have been getting from our ore mining. However, it is possible within the just normal 40-hour work week. However, if you actually want to do that, well, that's up to you. It's a little bit too much time for me. Again, I will try to mine a few hours with the copper tour just to get a little bit of its worth out of it, because it was expensive. Yes, the ships are very, very expensive, so you not only want to be careful with them, but you also want to use them to the best of your ability for as long as you can. That being considered, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this special section of the series. I definitely did enjoy making it. It's been an interesting discovery for me. And no, for those that have the question, those that have been alpha forever and want to know if you can compress inside the covertor, you need to have someone in your fleet that allows for that. And of course, since I am mining solo, that is not the case. So yeah, no compression in the covertor, which means that we're going to have to move all of this in the miasmos as slowly and with as many runs as we possibly can. That's just the name of the game. Hopefully you will get a station where you can actually compress, or that is absolutely what I would recommend. Go to a station where you can compress, and then you can take your miasmos and do only one trip at a time. Especially if you're only concentrating on mining and doing the project discoveries as we have, that's what I would recommend the most that you do. So guys, thank you also very much for watching. Remember to leave some comments in the description below about my editing, about my audio. I hope it's been getting better. I'm testing out this new microphone. I'm still not perfect with it, but hopefully it will improve the more I use it, because I will learn to use it properly. But yes, and my editing, I have been trying some different new things with the editing, so hopefully you guys will let me know what you think about that. So that wraps up this episode of the series, the last episode of the 0 to Billion mining series. So for the next series, I was thinking we could either move on to abyssals, or we could move on to combat exploration, since I miss doing combat quite a lot. Of course, probably less hours a week, since mining really allows me to mine while I work, but the other activities probably won't. So guys, do let me know what you prefer. I've been thinking about doing some exploration, but my luck with wormholes just isn't that great, and I don't want to risk having an entire series of me just dying. So I will try to get better at it. I am not the greatest explorer, so maybe I should practice a little bit before I record it and take a good look into that. Also, remember, some videos will be incoming to the channel of other games, for example, Horizon Zero Dawn and Sekiro, and some Cyberpunk as well. So guys, do check this out. Please let me know if there are any particular games. I've been thinking about getting the new Harry Potter game, so do let me know about that because it's on sale, and I think it's a good opportunity. So, everyone, thank you also very much for watching. Thank you also very much for sticking with me, even though I didn't upload for a month. I love you all. This has been the Alpha Life, and I will see you all in the next one.